what's up YouTubers? It's me again, Brian, aka Gamer55551, and I am back with a video game my 2 cent video, and it's basically going to be about 4 stories that happened this week, though, that certainly caught my attention, so we'll get started in it, though. We'll start with the first one, though, before we go into the other 4, though, and that is a game I'm looking forward to trying out when it comes over here to the US, though, and at least according to the launch date, spring 2017, and that is Valkyria Revolution, though. For those who aren't aware of that, that is supposedly a spiritual successor to one of my personal favorite games released on the PS3 and was later remastered and released on the PS4 earlier this year, though. And I don't have a list of like the greatest video games ever made, but if I were to rank it, though, I would rank Valkyria Chronicles at number 5, though. So it's certainly, I'm glad that the game is coming over. For those who are not aware of it, though, they changed a little bit of the gameplay when they showed early footage of it, though. Supposedly, according to this article, and this is from Push Square, and again, I will link to some of the stories in the description, and you can read it to yourself, though. Revolution ditches much of the strategy combat system featured in the previous Valkyrian games, though, replacing it with an action-based battle that has a bit of a hack-and-slash feel to them. And basically, when the footage was shown, it came off as being a bit controversial because there were people who did like the style that was in basically was in Valkyrian Chronicles, though. My take, based on the footage that I saw, though, my take is that it isn't different. While it is certainly different, though, I'm still willing to try it out, though. The series is certainly something I have enjoyed, though. The first game I really enjoyed, though. The second one, hit and miss, though. It was released on the PSP back in 2010, though. While the story was certainly good, though, there were some decisions they made that I did not like, such as while leveling up your class was easier in the first one, it's a little bit difficult in the second one, though. And the third one that was released in the PSP never saw the light of day over here, despite fans asking for the game to come over here, though. And supposedly there is a sort of a patch that's translated in English for, I think, those who import it, though. I'm not 100% sure, but I am glad that the game is coming over, though. I can't understand some of the controversy surrounding it because they certainly shake things up, though. But what we do know is that the game is out in Japan next month, so we'll see how Japanese gamers respond to it, whether they like it or not. One thing that did caught my attention was the fact that supposedly Deep Silver, and this is off the Play from Push Square article, is announced that Deep Silver will be bringing the game over here. Now, I kind of have mixed feelings about Deep Silver doing it, though. On one hand, Deep Silver did bring over there are some games that Deep Silver have brought over that I like. The Saints 4 Re-Election Edition, that's a remake of Saints Row 4, though. Metro Last Light and 2023, or known as Metro Redux, and supposedly a third Metro game's coming, so that's nice. At the same time, they did bring over Homefront Revolution, though. A game that unfortunately was buggy, glitchy, and although the latest patch for that one, I believe, fixes a lot of the problems and the game plays way better than it did when it launched, but we should have gotten that when the game did launch. They did release Dead Island Definitive Edition, which would be okay, except for the PS4 version. You only get Dead Island 1 on there. Riptide and Retro Revenge are only available through a downloadable code in the game, which felt like that was a sloppy port for a remaster edition. And who could forget the infamous, Mighty Number 9 trailer, the infamous make the bad guys cry like an anime fan on prom night. Yeah, so a little torn about the idea about Deep Silver bringing it over, though, but I'll have to see how that one plays out, though. But overall, I'm very pleased that this game's coming over. I'm looking forward to trying it out and seeing it for myself. If taking this different approach from the first Valkyrian Chronicles is good or bad, though. I am a fan of the series, though, or at least the first game was, so I'm hoping this one turns out to be good as well. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to see if people embrace it or reject it, but for me, good thing. Okay, so we'll take a little break. And when we come back, I'll get to part 2, which is all about this whole controversy around being a neutral gamer that recently popped up. So take a little break, and we will be right back. Okay, and we are back with part 2 of our video, though. So I hope you guys enjoyed the first part, though. So why don't we get started on the second one? And this one is sort of one that's been gained some attention recently, and that is so-called being a neutral gamer. Now, there has been some response to it. Some from YouTubers like BearHugger29, YouTuber I respect for. I like his videos, though. Winking Gamer also responded to it, and then of course Crap Gamer responded to it as well, although Crap Gamer's video, although based on the video I saw of it, it was pretty much praising the article. Basically, and again, I have the article in the link in the description, so you could read it to yourself and come to your own conclusion on this, alright? Basically, the article, based on what I read, obviously it's from an Xbox site, though. Xbox site. And basically the articles sort of comes off as basically saying that you cannot be a neutral gamer in a way. Or at least that's how I'm reading it, though. That you're either... that people who are neutral gamers are basically are actually PlayStation fans in disguise. Even going as far as basically calling those who are in the neutral camp the gaming equivalent of social justice warriors, though. You know, the whole SJW progressive, which, for the record, anybody who plays that card, I will not take you seriously anymore, okay? That, to me, that is basically a right-wing argument. That's it. I'm not taking you any seriously anymore. That I have read the article myself, and I have to say, I think, and again, this is my opinion, and again, the link's in the description, though, I think it's a load of crap, okay? You can be a neutral gamer. You can enjoy one system and enjoy another system and enjoy different varieties of games. You don't have to be committed to just one system and one system alone. Or if you enjoy consoles and PCs, doesn't matter, though. It doesn't matter if you are a console gamer or a PC gamer. It doesn't matter what you game on, alright? You can be a neutral gamer. And for this article to point out that you can't be, or at least, again, that's how I'm taking it, though, I don't buy that argument, though. I mean, I'm a Nintendo fan. I've always been a Nintendo fan for a long, long time. But I have nothing wrong playing outside of Nintendo systems. I have nothing wrong playing on the PlayStation, though, as well. And I have nothing wrong, and as much as I like Nintendo, I'm willing to even criticize them for any of the crap they pulled. You know, like the whole content creators program, the whole copyright issues, though, although they're not the only party, but they're certainly one of those folks involved in the whole copyright issues as well. The decision to add motion controls in Star Fox Zero, which was unnecessary. Metroid Prime Federation Force, not to mention that disabling the likes and dislikes certainly sets off a red flag in every way. Even Sony itself is not immune to any criticisms, though, alright? A lot of their a lot of their first-party games, outside of a few that I like Ratchet and Clank and all, they've gotten off to a slow start, though. Their decision not to add EA Access, though, even though I don't use it, though, I think if there are PlayStation 4 owners who want to use EA Access, I think they should. And I think it's stupid that Sony doesn't allow them. Or the idiotic decision in a way, of not letting them use mods, only to backtrack and sort of, we finally got mods, but sort of limitation. So, yes, and even PC as well deserves some criticism, especially those who bring games onto PC and sort of do a half-ass port Arkham Knights is one good example of this, or the infamous, Steam Greenlight gets heavily criticized. Of course, we all know the famous Digital Homicide and the whole slaughtering ground debacle, though, as well. So, I don't buy the argument that you cannot be a neutral gamer. I believe that you can. I believe that you can enjoy one system, enjoy another, though. And I think, and to me, I used to be, in the past, I used to be a Nintendo fanboy. I mean, I only played Nintendo games, and this was like when I was young. But over the years, I've sort of broadened my horizon, though, as I got older and so on. And that's fine. You could do that. You can still enjoy Nintendo games, but you can enjoy other games outside of your favorite system, though. I mean, and I also don't, and I just think it's a dumb argument to make. I really think there's nothing wrong enjoying your hobby, that you don't have to commit to one side or the other. You can enjoy it, play the games that you enjoy, and that's how it should be, though, okay? So I don't buy this argument that this article is saying, though, alright? Again, link in the description. You can read it yourself and come to your own conclusion as well. Alright, so we're going to take a little break, and when we come back, we're not going to go to part 3. Part 4 will also have this as well. This is Nintendo related stuff, and this one is the recent story that popped out that the Nintendo Switch could be weak, though. Alright, so we'll take a little break, and we'll be right back. We are back with part 3 of our video, and today, for this part though, we are going to be talking about a recent story that just came up though. Supposedly it points out that the Switch, according to this article, it's from VentureBeat, again, link in the description, you can read it for yourself and come to your own conclusion though, and that is that supposedly it's not going to be as powerful as the PS4 or Xbox One. Now, so keep in mind though, bear in mind this is a rumor at the time though. There's no 100% way know for sure if it is true or anything. I'm not a damaging controller or anything. I'm just taking it with caution though, alright? So anyway, supposedly, according to the article, it says two sources who asked to keep their names out of the story confirmed to GameBeats that the Switch uses NVIDIA's last-gen Maxwell graphic processing architecture. NVIDIA introduced its new Pascal architect earlier this year, but the technology is not ready for the Tegra chip going into the Switch. The custom Maxwell Tegra, which uses a 20nm processor as opposed to the more effective 16nm processor of the Pascal. In the machine, it's still powerful enough to play Nintendo-style games that rely on quality art over horsepower, but don't expect Switch software to match the graphic fidelity of a high-end PS4 game now. There's a little bit of confusion on a lot of the story or a lot of the sources because a lot of these rumors have sort of gone back and forth about a lot of this. We've heard stories about the handheld side will basically run at 1080p or could run at 720p. This could it could like run this and that, but either way, but anyway, it's still just a lot of back and forth of it. It also points out that some fans might find it disappointing that Nintendo's using the Maxwell chip in the Switch instead of Pascal, but the timing didn't work out for Nintendo. Sources told GameBeat that the Kyoto-based Japanese company was in such a rush that I can't wait for the Pascal version of the Tegra. That both because the publisher wanted to replace the failing Wii U and because it wanted to strike quick with its hybrid concept before a competitor can introduce a better product. That happened with the Wii U then and after years of development. And it says, while the Switch doesn't have much horsepower as a PS4, it can still handle many modern games. NVIDIA will likely build Tegra chip to run at a higher clock speed when receiving a constant source of power in the dock, and that could make a big difference. In portable mode, mind you, portable mode though, game will run at a lower resolution due to the Switch rumored 720p 6.2 inch screen on the display of that size. Developers can get their game running to even smooth if they drop the resolution to 540p, the resolution of Sony's PlayStation Vita handheld, and upscale them to 720p instead. My takeaway from this is right now I'm treating this rumor with a grain of salt. I already know some have already jumped aboard the bandwagon and have declared it, oh, the Switch is going to be weak, it's dead on arrival, all that stuff. But personally, my takeaway from this though is I'm going to take a wait and see approach on this, however, alright? Because there's a lot of conflicting message coming out about it though. There's claims that it's going to be powerful, claims in this article saying it's not though. In fact, interestingly enough, there was an editor note in the bottom of this that pointed to edited at 7:30 p.m. Adding additional reporting and clarified some confused language surrounding the difference between Maxwell and Pascal. The editor also noticed that Nintendo's concerned about getting beaten to the market like it did with the Wii U. The editor also removed a reference to a game not coming to the system due to its chips. Again, I'm taking this with a grain of salt because I remember earlier this year when the whole Nintendo NX, now known as the Switch, the whole controller was leaked. Everyone was like flipping out over the whole thing, only they probably looked like idiots after it turned out to be fake, and even the guy who made the controller admitted that it was fake. So I'm being very cautious about this right now, okay? I am hoping by January 12th and the 13th we'll finally get information about it though, because there are a lot of stories floating around about its power though. We've heard that NVIDIA is making a customized chip specifically for the Switch though. We've heard they also said that developers will be able to port their PS4 games and Xbox One games over to the Switch with ease though. So there's a lot of back and forth going on with this rumor, and right now I'm taking it with a grain of salt. While I won't outright deny it though, I'm going to be a little bit cautious and take a wait and see approach and then see what happens though. We'll see if it turns out to be true, we'll see if it turns out to be false, but right now I'm not jumping on board the bandwagon and declaring that the Switch is going to be underpowered, it's going to be weak, it's going to bomb or anything like that. I want to wait and see until we get more information, and hopefully by January 12th and January 13th we'll get that information. I'm also being very cautious about this, especially with the whole story about the whole fake news thing, right, floating around where people are putting up stories that turn out to be false and misleading though. See Pizzagate as an example of that though. So I'm being very cautious about this one. So we'll have to wait and see, but for now I'm taking a wait and see approach. Alright, so we'll take our last break, and we will get to when we come back, we'll talk about the fourth part of our story. This is concerning Yooka-Laylee though. A little disclaimer, however, I do want to point out I did back Yooka-Laylee on Kickstarter though. I just want to get that out right away though. And the fact that it might be canceled for the Wii U, most likely I think it is though, and there's a chance it could come to the Switch, and the possibility that Breath of the Wild also is canceled for the Wii U. So we'll take a little break and we will be right back. Okay, and we are back with our final part of our My 2 Cent video though, and this one is regarding Yooka-Laylee and Zelda Breath of the Wild though. Both for the Wii U, or supposedly was for the Wii U though, if the rumors about one of them are true though, however. Basically, it has been confirmed that Playtonics, the folks who are developing Yooka-Laylee, as I said earlier, bit of a disclaimer, I backed this game on crowdfunding, on Kickstarter though. It's now been reported that the game is no longer coming to the Nintendo Wii U anymore. Supposedly it will come out on the April 11th, and now developers are looking instead that they will be releasing the game They're working with Nintendo to try to bring it to the Switch, though. Right now, Switch, though, according to them, they said that they encounter unforeseen technical issues that unfortunately meant it would be impossible for them to release it on the Wii U as initially planned, though. The fact that the game is being canceled on the Wii U, though disappointed, though, I'm not really that surprised that that this has happened, though, because I mean, let's face it, the Wii U, as much as I think the system isn't terrible or anything, but it's clearly, though, Nintendo really screwed up on a lot of areas, though, on it, though. But the fact that the game got canceled for the Wii U is not really that surprising, which is really a shame, though. But then again, with the Switch on the horizon, though, it's clear, though, that they were going to pull the plug on it, though. And hell, I wouldn't be surprised if Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, that happens to Bloodstained Ritual of the Night as well. Disclaimer on that one, too. I backed that on Kickstarter as well, though. Yeah, I backed that one on Kickstarter, though. So, the fact that the game got canceled for the Wii U isn't surprising, though. I'm hoping it does come to Switch. I hope they can bring it to the Switch, though. I did hear that you could get a refund from them if you're disappointed, if you would backed it simply for the Wii U, though. So, I mean, yeah, it is disappointing, though. On the other hand, it's still coming to the PS4, so I have a PS4 as well, so if it never sees the light of day on the Switch, I'll get it for the PS4, but if it comes to the Switch, I'll definitely consider bringing it to the Switch, though. And speaking of canceled on the Wii U, there's a recent rumor going around pointing out, according to this from Game Revolution, though, that picked up a story from a Japanese website called KOJI, and so they are reporting that the Wii U version of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has been canceled. According to what they say, though, originally intended to be a Wii U exclusive, the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has most recently been used as a primary instrument for marketing the soon-to-be-released Nintendo Switch. Rumor has it that indicates that the development of the title was quickly shifted to a new platform due to the significant limitation imposed when running on the Wii U. Again, bear in mind, this one is a rumor. There's no way to confirm if this is true or not, though. That said, however, again, like Yooka-Laylee, I wouldn't be shocked if Nintendo canceled Breath of the Wild on the Wii U. I certainly would not be shocked. Is it disappointing that they did? Yes, but it wouldn't be surprising as it is, given the current state of the Wii U now, and given the fact that it's pretty much a dead system at this point, though, alright? I mean, it had good games, and don't get me wrong, there were certainly some good games for it, but a lot of bad decisions went into it that unfortunately put it in the situation that it is right now, though, alright? But again, like I said, this is a rumor. We don't know if this is true or not. We'll have to wait and see, though, but I wouldn't be shocked whatsoever if this rumor turned out to be true at all, okay? Disappointing? Yes. Shocked? I would not really, though. Alright, so this concludes my 2-cent video regarding these 4 stories that came out this week, though. And again, these are my opinion. But what are yours, though? Valkyria Revolution coming to the West. Are you looking forward for that game? Are you not looking forward to it, though? Do you agree with some of the changes they made to the game? Do you disagree with that changes, though? The article about being a neutral gamer. Do you think the person who wrote the article was spot on? Do you think that he was full of him or herself when writing the article, though? Do you think do you believe that you can be a neutral gamer, though? What about the story about the Nintendo Switch being weak? Do you think Venture Beat's story is spot on? Do you think it's not spot on? Are you or are you taking sort of with a grain of salt and want to wait and see until you get full confirmation of whether the Switch is weak or not weak at all in terms of graphics power and all that stuff? And finally, Yooka-Laylee being canceled for the Wii U. Are you shocked? Are you surprised by this? Are you not surprised by this, though? Does this change your opinion about getting the game now? Did you back it on Kickstarter like I did, and you want to ask for a refund? Or have you decided, you know what, I'll wait and see if it comes to the Switch, or I'll just pick up another version like the Xbox One, PS4, or PC version for that matter? And what about the rumor about Breath of the Wild being canceled for the Wii U? Do you think it's true? Do you think it's not true? Would you be shocked if they did cancel it? Would you not be shocked at all if they didn't cancel it, though? As always, sound off on the comment section below. Let me know what you think. I hope you hit the like button, though, and I really would appreciate it. And I hope you do subscribe to my YouTube channel, though. Alright? Anyway, this concludes my video game My 2 Cent video, though, and it's evening in Southern California, so I'm getting ready for bed soon, and I will see you again next time when I do another video. Hopefully that will be soon, but until then, from Southern California, I will see you again, and you guys have a good evening. Bye!